coronavirus, 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 it's the coronavirus, 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 it's the coronavirus, 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 it's the coronavirus, 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 pandemic, coronavirus, 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 stimulation, coronavirus, coronavirus, it is here. It's coronavirus, 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 the coronavirus, 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 it's the coronavirus, 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 Saturday, March 28th. And we're in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. Coronavirus, 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 coronavirus. It's coronavirus, 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 coronavirus. It's the coronavirus, 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 coronavirus. It's the coronavirus, 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 coronavirus. It's coronavirus, coronavirus. Y'all, we are here. Saturday, March 28th. And we still here. We ain't going nowhere. We all trapped in our houses. We're all trapped in our homes trying to figure out which way to go. Actually, I've kind of enjoyed this lockdown. People keep calling me and texting me, what are you doing for the gym? Don't you miss working out? I'm thinking, to be honest with you, I have not even thought about the damn gym. No gym. You know, when you fighting to make sure you stay alive and your family stay alive and your friends stay alive, working out suddenly takes the back seat. Try to make sure everybody gets food and money, water, clothes, baby diapers, make sure everybody's okay. The gym, I can exercise here in my home. I haven't quite came up with an exercise program, but I have in the past years ago exercised in comfort in my home. So that I ain't worried about that bullshit. Unlike the gym, we got way more issues to put up here. So something caught my eye this morning on the AJC because people are working in jobs here in Atlanta that put them directly in the path hazard of dealing with coronavirus, the pandemic. So some companies are actually paying workers bonuses to work every week. For example, Waffle House closed all their stores. They said, I need to go home because this ain't working. So they closed all those Walmart stores. I mean, those not Walmart. They closed all the Waffle House stores. But many many Metro Atlanta workers, from those at Kroger to Racetrack and Truist to AT&T, are getting higher hourly wages or bonuses for staying on the front lines. Truist Bank is a mixture of SunTrust and some other bank, BB&T or something. I don't know, but they still have cash tellers working with the public directly, handling transactions, put them at risk of the coronavirus. So yeah. However, this is interesting too. Some workers are pushing for increased pay and greater safety protections, launching online petitions. Gig shoppers for Instacart have called for a strike of the grocery delivery service starting Monday, unless changes are made, including boosting shopper pay by $5 an order and defaulting in-app tips to at least 10%. So they want them to get them a 10% tip. We bringing this shit out to your house. And I think that's fair enough. Instacart, which said it wants to add 300,000 shoppers, said it plans to pay bonuses of $25 to $200 to some workers. Home Depot said Thursday the Atlanta-based retailer will pay $100 weekly bonuses to all store and distribution center employees who work at least 35 hours a week, and $50 weekly bonus to those working 20 to 34 hours a week. Walmart, Kroger, Walgreens, and Lowe's are all offering one-time bonuses of $300 to many full-time workers or $150 to part-time workers. CVS drugstores said it would give one-time bonuses of $150 to $500. Truist Form, I was correct. Truist Form from the combination of SunTrust Bank and BB&T announced a $1,200 pre-tax bonus for all its employees making less than $100,000 a year. Racetrack, locally based gas and convenience store chain were getting an extra $3 an hour, according to the company. Both Target and Amazon are offering $2 an hour more for many workers, while restaurant workers at Chipotle are saying to get 10% added to their hourly wage. 10% Chipotle is still open. And people, I'm going to give me some Chipotle. In the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, you're going to risk your heartburn and your stomach and eat bad food and maybe come in contact with the coronavirus pandemic. You can't cook at home. I'm cooking at home. I'm not really a big fan of Chipotle. I used to like Chipotle food, but over the years, I can't tolerate it. Every time I eat that food, heartburn, oh boy, it's bad. So those are just some of the frontline workers. However, nurses and doctors are being paid more money too. Wellstar Health System declined to comment on all the extra cash they're giving the workers to stay in there and work. Please don't leave us. Please don't leave us. I'm going to give you extra $50,000 to stay. Good luck with that. So there are opportunities to make a little extra money out there from certain companies who desperately need people to stay at work. It is putting you in a risky situation because you'll be dealing right with the public and you possibly might get the COVID-19. Well, another thing, you all. So America is saying that today they have 100,000 cases of the coronavirus. Let me see this. Let's look at that. Lying ass United States. USA coronavirus count. Back on the internet. Here it goes. USA coronavirus count. Uh-oh. I just saw something. We'll come back to that. They claim that we only have 105,000 cases of the coronavirus in America. We all know that's a coronavirus fucking lie. Way more than people have been exposed to coronavirus, have had the coronavirus. They're lying, y'all. Ding, 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 ring the bells and alarms and every damn thing else you got. Ding, 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 ring a buzzer. We need an alarm. I give me a buzzer. Ding, 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 ding. In Wahoo, this is on the NPR, one of my favorite websites. Mystery in Wahoo, this is dated March 27, 2020. Recovered coronavirus patients test negative, and they get it again, then positive. A spate of mysterious second-time infections is calling to question the accuracy of COVID-19 diagnosis tools, even as China prepares to lift quarantine measures to allow residents to leave the epicenter of its outbreak. Now, first off, y'all, China going to be up shit creek like everybody else. If China thinks it's going to be able to keep control of this virus by the measures that it took, no, it ain't going to happen. It's going to start spreading back through China if it ain't already spreading back through China now, and he's lying about it, not telling us, not telling us nothing. However, okay, let's see. From March 18th to the 22nd, the Chinese city of Wuhan reported no new cases of the virus through domestic transmission. That is, infection passed from one person to another. The achievement seen as a turning point in efforts to contain the virus, which China claims have infected. Only infect 80,000 people in China. We promise. We not lie. We tell truth. 80,000. No. 80,000. Small number, not people. Small number. Virus, bad. We step out. Kill virus. Kill virus. Pow! Kill virus. No more virus. Okay, so Wuhan was particularly hard hit with more than half of all confirmed cases in the country. It's hard to believe that it was only 80,000 people infected with the coronavirus in China, but they locked down 700 million people. Don't believe that lie. But some Wuhan residents who tested positive earlier, then recovered from the disease, are are testing positive for a virus a second time, based on data from several quarantine facilities in the city, which houses patients for further observation after their discharge from hospitals. About 5 to 10% of patients pronounced recovered have tested positive again. Now, some of those who be tested positive appear to be asymptomatic carriers, those who can carry the virus and are possibly infectious, but do not exhibit any of the illness's associated symptoms, suggesting that the outbreak in Wuhan is not close to being over. Now, NPR, National Public Radio, this ain't the National Choir. They know what they're doing over here. NPR spoken by phone exchanged text messages with 4 individuals in Wuhan who are part of this group of individuals testing positive a second time in March. All 4 said they had been sickened with the virus and tested positive, then released from medical care in recent weeks after their condition improved and they tested negative. 2 of them are frontline doctors who were sickened after treating patients in their Wuhan hospitals. The other 2 are Wuhan residents. They all requested anonymity while speaking with NPR because those who have challenged the government's handling of the break have been detained. Motherfucker, y'all lying. Let me get this over here. They come and snatch their asses up. He told you to shut your fucking mouth up. You can't. China, silence their ass. Ow! They all requested anonymity when speaking with NPR. One of the Wuhan residents who spoke to NPR exhibited severe symptoms during the first round of the illness and was eventually hospitalized. The second resident displayed only mild symptoms at first and was quarantined in one of more than a dozen makeshift treatment centers erected in Wuhan during the peak of the outbreak. But when both tested a second time for coronavirus on Sunday, March 22nd, as a precondition for seeking medical care for unrelated health issues, they tested positive for coronavirus, even though they exhibit none of the typical symptoms, such as a fever or dry cough. This time, the time for the recovery and release to the retest ranged from a few days to a few weeks. So they got a negative test, and somewhere between a few days to a few weeks, they went back in to do some type of medical stuff, and they were tested for it again, and they tested positive. Does that second positive test mean a second round of infection? Viruses think it's unlikely that COVID-19 could be reinfected so quickly. We don't understand this virus. If your body's not producing those antibodies for it, I believe you could be reinfected again very quickly, depending on how fast your body recovers and you're back around other people who have coronavirus. I think you can get it a second time. But under the newest COVID-19 prevention guidelines, China does not include in its daily count for total. China does not include in its overall daily count for total for new cases, which say those who retest positive after being released from medical care. So they're not including the people who are who living in China who are testing positive a second time. Well, they in China say, we just killed and been hot bodies someplace. We're not counting them in total count, so they're not even counting them for whatever reasons. These 4 people are now being isolated under medical observation. It is unclear whether they are infectious and why they tested positive after the early negative test. They got it a second time. But they said it's also possible that the first test, the test that served negative, the test that they gave tested negative, which can happen. It could have been a possible false negative test result. Which means they still could have been positive, but the test came back negative, but they really were still positive. So, now here's Dr. Li Weiling, a whistleblowing doctor who later died of the virus in February, tested negative for the coronavirus several times. This doctor kept testing. He came back negative before being accurately diagnosed. So it took a minute. The virus hiding. Ooh, watch out. Get down. And they caught it. Oh, shit, caught my ass. And tested positive. Anyway, that's just something to consider as the United States considers reopening the country in the next few weeks. I really don't know what to say about with the United States' strong desire to get the economy back up and running. I have mixed feelings about that. I think Donald Trump is going to do what he wants to do, like he's always done. I think he's going to put a lot of people's lives at risk just to get Starbucks back open. So, and we'll see. It would be better just to wait a few more weeks, try to keep things under control, wait a few more weeks, versus going ahead and reopen on Easter Sunday. The virus spreads even deeper and faster and quicker, and mayhem and confusion explode and everything go crazy, and we face a second shutdown that might last even longer than the first shutdown. So those of you who are thinking, I gotta get back to work, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I got this plan, I got that plan. I hear people planning vacations this summer. We have a cruise for this date and this, that, and I'm thinking, okay, when is your cruise? Well, we supposed to go out on our cruise out in July, so I was looking online for some stuff. Everything should be back to normal. We should be going on that cruise by July. If you're going to be on a cruise ship in July, I keep asking people. Let me just state this, because some of y'all don't get it. Really, some of y'all don't get it. The America we knew 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, before the coronavirus pandemic started, is not going to be the same moving forward. Y'all going to be in for some surprises. Some of y'all ain't quite woke up. Well, the America that existed 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, that is over with. We're in a brand new day now. Going forward, that way, as whatever forward is in the future, I ain't came up with a time machine yet, but going forward, it's a whole new day in America. Whole new world, whole new everything, because of the coronavirus pandemic and us being caught with our pants down, unprepared for this mess. So that's going to cause some uncertainty. I really wanted to talk about this $2 trillion. But I don't know if I'm really go into detail about it. There's some good stuff in there, I think, in the $2 trillion stimulus package. That was supposed to be the focus of this video, but I got sidetracked. I'll do another video to discuss the stimulus package, because I've read some good stuff. I read it. Well, I was able to read. So in Italy, I think Italy buried 900 people yesterday. Let's see. Doesn't say. A couple of countries I'm keeping an eye on, in particularly Mexico, India. I believe India has a world population. Let's see. India's population says about 1.4. Am I reading it right? 1.4 billion people? Let me see. A little under 1.4 billion people. So India, 1.3. India population, a population of 1.3 billion orders complete coronavirus lockdown. They're locked down, and it seems to be working. I've seen some stories of officers aggressively enforcing this order, and the streets of New Delhi and Mumbai are empty. India is the world's second most populous country and the 5th biggest economy. But so far it has appeared to avoid the full hit of the pandemic. At least that's what they claim. The country has confirmed 519 coronavirus cases, including 10 deaths and 39 patients who have been cured. Keep on that. Let's look at Mexico's population. Mexico is a third world country too. Let's see. Mexico has... Okay, so Mexico only has 126 million people in the country, which is so. Mexico will get hit hard. We only have 126 million people, but still, that country doesn't have the modern day stuff that we have. So yeah, let's keep an eye on Mexico and see how they weather this storm over the next few days. The stimulus package was completed. Like I said, I'm going to come back and talk about that later. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video because I had to do something real quick and my computer was acting up. So we're going to end this one, but I'll come back and talk about the stimulus package. And if that's going to help us save our lives from the coronavirus, 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 the coronavirus. The coronavirus. Almost done, y'all, with this video. Coronavirus is Saturday, March 28th. The year 2020, and I've been talking about the coronavirus pandemic. Coronavirus, 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 coronavirus. I'll be back.